Across the South Coast, live from Solent University, you're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 1 o'clock. I'm Josh Richardson, and these are your Solent Sports News headlines. Southampton are looking to book their place in the FA Cup quarter-finals this weekend. The Saints will wear their special 50th anniversary shirt of when they last won the competition against Fulham on Sunday. Being one of only 3 championship teams in the competition, it gives the South Coast team a nice distraction from the league.
Yeah, it is a little bit different. I would lie if I say that it isn't. I don't feel that we are in a moment where we need a distraction from the league. So, yeah, big game coming up for us. We make sure that we go strong, that we are very well prepared to go on to the next round, and I'm sure that we will leave everything on the pitch on Sunday.
Our reporter Bo Brown spoke to BBC Radio Solent's Lewis Coombs about what the game means for Southampton.
The FA Cup does provide them with an opportunity to see how they measure up against the Premier League side. A win would be huge for confidence, especially in front of nearly 5,000 travelling away fans.
Tune in at 4 o'clock to hear his full prediction. Newcastle face Manchester City for the 5th time this season tomorrow night in the FA Cup. The Magpies have struggled with injuries so far this season, and manager Eddie Howe is hoping to see players back this weekend.
We need that competition across all the areas of the team. We haven't had that, especially in the defensive areas, and for a number of weeks now. We're hopeful that we can get a couple of players back fit to bring that competition back, but I think that's when the team's at its best. Spurs
fans are asking for Igor Tudor to be sacked after only 3 games in charge. Following their 3-1 home defeat to Crystal Palace on Thursday night, fans have no confidence in the Croatian.
3 different formations. I can't give you one single improvement that I've seen, and that's why I think we are at total, utter panic stations.
Their next game in the Premier League is away at Liverpool on the 15th of March. The Lionesses are preparing to face Iceland at the City Ground tomorrow in a World Cup qualifier. They are off the back a 6-1 win in the week against Ukraine. Manager Serena Wiegman made the big decision to leave out Manchester City midfielder Grace Clinton due to a lack of game time at club level.
What she can control is her own development and taking responsibility for her development, and that's what she's doing. So she's working really hard, and we have these conversations because, of course, for me she's in the part of her journey where she really needs the minutes. And what can she do to make that chance of making minutes as high as possible?
Relegation-threatened Eastleigh travel to York tomorrow in the National League. Interim boss Richard Hill is back in the dugout for his 4th spell at the club, and he'll have to have his work cut for him as they face the side second in the division. AFC Totton are at home tomorrow, where they will face Sussex-based side Horsham. The Stags currently sit in 14th, with Horsham 2 places above them in 12th. Totton will be hoping to bounce back from their 2-0 defeat away to Maidenhead on Tuesday. Formula 1 is back and bigger than ever as they head down under. We go to our F1 correspondent Ben Kilmister for more.
It was a late start for it all in the UK, with practice 1 getting underway at 1:30. Ferrari driver Charles Leclerc topped the timings, teammate Lewis Hamilton was second, and Red Bull's Max Verstappen was third. Last season's champion Lando Norris could only manage 7 laps due to gearbox issues. Practice 2 started at 5 a.m. The McLaren driver Oscar Piastri was fastest, followed by the 2 Mercedes drivers.
Fullback Elliot Daly believes England aren't far off the form that brought them 12 straight victories as they hope to get their Six Nations campaign back on track. Daly is set to make an appearance for the Three Lions this Saturday in Rome as 9 changes are made for the game away at Italy. Solent futsal team have reached the quarter-finals of the National Cup. Futsal president Joshua Crittenden expressed the competition's importance.
This year is especially important for me and a lot of the boys because our last year, so we really want to make a push for the cup, which would be really good.
Join us at 4 for the whole story. England cricket head coach Brendan McCullum has been under increasing pressure since that embarrassing Ashes defeat in Australia back in January. England fell to a 7-run defeat in their T20 World Cup semi-final to India yesterday, although McCullum still wants to lead the team across all formats.
We'll see what happens, but I've enjoyed the last 6 months or so, no matter how big a challenge it's been and how tough it's been for everyone involved. And I'd love to help lead this team through to the next stage.
Luke Littler won his first Premier League darts night of the year as he beat Johnny Clayton 6-4 in Cardiff. The world number 1 also beat Gerwyn Price and Josh Rock on his way to the triumph. However, Clayton had to face Luke Humphries and Jan van Veen, but the Welshman couldn't get past the nuke. The Paralympics officially gets underway tomorrow, with the opening ceremony happening tonight. Women's para-alpine skiing will be the first event taking place in Cortina. However, there has already been preliminary rounds in the wheelchair curling, where Great Britain beat USA 5-4. UFC boss Dana White came out and said that he would box Eddie Hearn, following an interview with Piers Morgan.
Listen, if Eddie wants to box, we can box. We can box if Eddie wants to box. I don't think Eddie wants to box.
Would you be confident?
Yeah, listen, I used to, back in the day, I used to box with all the guys,
LeBron James has set yet another NBA record this time. He has made the most field goals in the league's history, overtaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Chinese Super League has begun, but in strange circumstances, 9 of the 16 clubs start the campaign on minus points due to match fixing, gambling and corruption in the football industry. That is all from us for this hour. I'll be back at 1 o'clock.